සිගරට්
බෑ ඒක
බොන්නේ නැද්ද? කොච්චර කාලයක් බීලම නැහැ.
ඉතිල මේක පාවිච්චි කරන්න එපා.
අරක් සිගරට්.
සිගරට්.
මේ මාම කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. ඇත්තටම තරුණ පරම්පරාවට මාරම ආදර්ශයක්. මම මේ පාරෙන් යනකොට හම්බුනේ තැන්නේනේ. මාමේ. ඉතින් ඔයා සිගරට්
බෑ ඒක
බොන්නේ නැද්ද? කොච්චර කාලයක් වෙනවද?
අවුරුදු 74ක්.
මෙච්චර කාලයකට බීලම නැහැ.
ඉතිල
ආ කිසිම පොඩි කාලෙම
නෑ නෑ
දැන් අවුරුදු 78ක් නේ
74ක්.
74ක් ඔඩ එන්නකෝ නේ දැන් ඔයා අවුරුදු 74ක් වඩි ඉන්නකෝ මේ ඔයා අවුරුදු 74ක් දැන්ට සිගරට් බීලම නැහැ
නෑ මම බොන්නේ.
බොන්නේත් නැහැ ඇත්තට ඔයාට තරුණ පරම්පරාවට ඔයා ආදර්ශයක් ඇත්තටම හොඳයි ඔයාට වඳින්න ඕන ඇත්තටම ඈ ඔයාට වඳින්න ඕන තරුණ පරම්පරාවට ආදර්ශයක් ඇත්තටද මාම කියන්නේ ඔයාට මතක ඇති කාලෙක මේ මාම සිගරට් බීලා තියෙනවද එතනම ඔයා තරුණ පරම්පරාවට මාර ආදර්ශයක් මාම තරුණ පරම්පරාවට ඔයා
ඒ ළමයිටත් මං කියන්නේ මේක පාවිච්චි කරන්න එපා.
අරක් සිගරට්
සිගරට්.
සිගරට් හොඳ නැහැ නේ
බී සිගරට් බොන්න එපා. එච්චරයි.
Cigarettes aren't good for us. That's hardly news. We've known about the dangers of smoking for decades. But how exactly do cigarettes harm us? Let's look at what happens as their ingredients make their way through our bodies and how we benefit physically when we finally give up smoking. With each inhalation, smoke brings its more than 5,000 chemical substances into contact with the body's tissues. From the start, tar, a black resinous material, begins to coat the teeth and gums, damaging tooth enamel and eventually causing decay. Over time, smoke also damages nerve endings in the nose, causing loss of smell. Inside the airways and lungs, smoke increases the likelihood of infections as well as chronic diseases like bronchitis and emphysema. It does this by damaging the cilia, tiny hair-like structures whose job it is to keep the airways clean. It then fills the alveoli, tiny air sacs that enable the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between the lungs and blood. A toxic gas called carbon monoxide crosses that membrane into the blood, binding to hemoglobin and displacing the oxygen it would usually have transported around the body. That's one of the reasons smoking can lead to oxygen deprivation and shortness of breath. Within about 10 seconds, the bloodstream carries a stimulant called nicotine to the brain, triggering the release of dopamine and other neurotransmitters including endorphins that create the pleasurable sensations which make smoking highly addictive. Nicotine and other chemicals from the cigarette simultaneously cause constriction of blood vessels and damage their delicate endothelial lining, restricting blood flow. These vascular effects lead to thickening of blood vessel walls and enhance blood platelet stickiness, increasing the likelihood that clots will form and trigger heart attacks and strokes. Many of the chemicals inside cigarettes can trigger dangerous mutations in the body's DNA that make cancers form. Additionally, ingredients like arsenic and nickel may disrupt the process of DNA repair, thus compromising the body's ability to fight many cancers. In fact, about 1 of every 3 cancer deaths in the United States is caused by smoking. And it's not just lung cancer. But for those who quit smoking, there's a huge positive upside with almost immediate and long-lasting physical benefits.